How did something as natural as moving your body become a lifestyle choice? Not long ago, walking, squatting, climbing, lifting, these weren't workouts. They were life. Today we drive everywhere. We sit for hours and even use machines to do the chores that once kept us mobile. So how do we get here? And more importantly, how do we change it? All that and more today on the Personal Edge Fitness Podcast.
Welcome to the Personal Edge Fitness Podcast
with Garrett Williamson.
Health, wellness, exercise, nutrition, and a whole lot more. Got questions? Call us and leave a message at 251-278-EDGE or message us at Personal Edge Fitness on Facebook and Instagram, at Team PE on Twitter, or personaledgefitness.com.
Welcome to the Personal Edge Fitness Podcast, where we dispel the myths of health, fitness, and wellness. I'm your host, Garrett Williamson, president of Personal Edge Fitness. If you have any questions or comments about today's episode, or if you want help reclaiming your movement, you can reach us at area code 251-278-3343. Email me directly at garrett@personaledgefitness.com or visit us at personaledgefitness.com. Now, you'll find us on Facebook at Personal Edge Fitness and on X at Team PE. If you like what you hear, please subscribe, leave a review, and share this podcast with someone who needs it. Okay, let's dive in. Look at the riddle of optional movement. Let me start with a question. When did moving your body become something you had to schedule? For most of human history, movement was baked into our day, not for fitness, but for survival. If you wanted to eat, drink, work, or socialize, you had to walk, lift, reach, squat, or climb to get there. Now, you can spend an entire day working, shopping, ordering food, socializing, and even relaxing without taking more than a few hundred steps. And that is not an exaggeration. According to Stanford University's global step count data, the average American walks less than 1.5 miles a day. That puts us among the least physically active populations in the developed world. But why? Well, let's rewind a bit. It started with the Industrial Revolution. Before that, jobs were physical: farming, smithing, carpentry. Movement was survival. Then came factories, then machines, then assembly lines, then offices, then screens. Movement was no longer valuable. Stillness became a sign of productivity. And once we got to the information age, well, computers, phones, remote work, we left motion completely behind. In 2019, the American Heart Association found that 77% of the average worker's day is spent sitting. That's not laziness. That's environment. We engineered stillness, and now we're paying the price. I'll show you the suburban paradox. In the 1950s, Americans left cities for suburbs. These weren't designed for walking. They were designed for driving. We separated homes from stores, schools from neighborhoods, and gyms from offices. That meant every errand required a car. The result? According to the Journal of Transport and Health, people who live in walkable cities have lower body fat, better health, and higher activity levels. Even if they're not trying to exercise, it's just because movement is baked into their routine. Again, it's not about willpower. It's about design. Entertainment became sedentary. When I was growing up, free time meant being outside, riding bikes, climbing trees, shooting hoops. Now, free time means screen time. According to the Nielsen's, the average American adult spends over 11 hours a day interacting with media. 3 of those are just on phones. And hey, I love a good binge watch as much as the next person, but when we replaced play with passive entertainment, we taught our bodies to sit, and the body listens. But I want to show why this isn't bad news. Because before this starts sounding like a lecture, it's not. Here's the good news. We're waking up. More people are moving again. They're using standing desks. They're doing walking meetings. They're discovering sports like pickleball, outdoor yoga, community hikes, even neighborhood dance classes. The movement renaissance is upon us. Not because we have to move, because we want to feel alive again. Going back to the Lancet Health study, there's a study there that showed that even people who started moving in their 60s saw huge drops in the heart disease and cognitive decline. The body doesn't demand a lifetime of activity, but it does want one now. So how do you beat a system that's designed to keep you still? Easy. You design your own. Park farther away. Take the stairs. Get up during commercials. Walk while you're on the phone. Play with your dog. Definitely. Dance in the kitchen. You don't need a gym. You need a habit. One that tells your body we are still in motion. Because it's not aging that limits your ability. It's not time passing on a calendar. It's inactivity. And inactivity, always remember, that's a choice. If you're ready to move more, but you're not really sure how, well, reach out to us. We're here to help. Call us at 251-278-3343. Email me at garrett@personaledgefitness.com. Visit our website, personaledgefitness.com, or find us on Facebook, Personal Edge Fitness, on X, @Team PE. And if this episode got you thinking, share it with someone you care about. Because trust me, movement is contagious. Movement became optional because our world changed. But your body didn't. And as I've told you in all of my talks about the live age, you are in control. Your body still wants to move, bend, stretch. It still wants to play. It still knows how to thrive. And inviting it back into action, well, that's just one more way Personal Edge Fitness helps you reach your level of wellness. Thank you so much for joining me today. I hope to see you next time.
Thanks for listening to the Personal Edge Fitness Podcast with Garrett Williamson. Subscribe now and be a part of the show by calling 251-278-EDGE or message us on Facebook and Instagram at Personal Edge Fitness or at Team PE on Twitter, and visit us at personaledgefitness.com.